Okay, guys, good afternoon. So, we were talking about verbs and tense. Which time takes which form of the verb? Time and action. And in the process, I was talking about do, does, did. Okay. These are helping verbs. If I am using them as helping verbs, after that I need to use only V1 form. Look at this. Do you know it? This is helping verb. This is main verb. Okay. Does he know it? This is helping. This is main verbs. Okay. Same with did he know it? This is helping. This is main. Right. And coming to have, has, had. I have plus V3. Something like this. I have done it. I have done it. Have plus V3. Okay. He has done it. Has plus V3. He had done it. Had plus V3. Fine. Now coming to modal verbs. Look at this. Will, shall. Guys, modal verbs, I would say the modal verbs are actually here to fix the problems these guys have seen in grammatical rules. Like there are some gaps in grammatical part. Like I told you, there is no proper future form. So these guys actually use present form to express future. Like that, see, you need to understand one point. English is very like polite language. You know, these guys, if you observe our Indian languages, guys, either we respect a person or we don't respect a person. Okay, nuvu or miru, right? Respect or no respect. Same with Hindi, tu or aap. But in English, we have respect, more respect and more than that respect. See here, you slowly understand what I mean by this. These guys use these modal verbs for different purposes. These add color to that actions. Intentions are added to this uh, actions. Now, which here are used for future expressions, but as I told you, shall is no more used for future expression. All persons, modern English we use will, but this can also be used for requests. Look at this. Will you close the door. Here, will is used to request something. Polite way of requesting something. That's the way I used. Okay, and I can also use shall for this kind of request. Shall I tell you something? See, will and shall future, but as I said, no more in modern English. And will and shall can be used to kind of requesting someone. Shall I tell you something? Permission, request, or I would say permission. Very polite way of doing that. Okay, one. Next, can. Guys, can is basically what do you say ability. It gives an idea of ability, something like this. And it can also be used for permission or request. Request. See here. Can I sit? Can I sit here? Can I sit here? I am requesting. Suppose if I say, can you jump from this building? Maybe I am testing his ability here. So it depends on the context. I may use for request, I may use for ability. See here, how many ways I can have the requesting. Will, shall, can, I can use for request. Okay. And may. May is basically for talking about chances. Like we call it probability. He may come. Chances are there. Probability is there. Okay. That is a basic usage. And this can also be used for request permissions. See here. May I ask you something? May I ask you something? Very polite way of asking, or requesting others. This is the way. See how many ways I can actually request a person. Will, shall, can, may. Yeah, still we have. Now, let me clear this. Will, shall, can, may. Now see, the past form of will is would. Would. Again, for would, I have two usages. Number one, of course, past of will. When I am talking, like indirect speech, I give you more information when I'm talking about indirect speech. Right now, just remember, would is used to change reported speech. Like, we have direct, indirect speech, we call them. We'll talk about that. And same with could. Could is, of course, a past form of can, and even this is used in indirect speeches. But guys, both would and could also be used for request and permissions. Polite way. Okay. Now see the difference. Will you pass it on? Will you pass it on? One way of asking, like a request or a permission. or can you pass it on, guys, or could you could you pass it on? Hmm? And would you pass it on? See how many ways actually I can request a person, but you need to understand, one thing, guys. All these are okay, but you should know when to use this one. Whenever you are requesting your equals, your colleagues, your friends, okay, you use this. Of course, it's polite way of requesting, but it shows that you are talking to equals. Okay, but if you want to give more respect, okay, could and would are used. Okay, and I would say will, um, nuvu, wherever or whoever you can say nuvu, you can use this. Could and would is equal to miru. Whenever you are talking to elders, okay, or respectable persons, you want to use this, or you have to use could and would. Requesting, all are requests, right? So whenever you call up your principal or lecturer on telephone, and you can say, could I speak to so and so person? Suppose you call up your friend and you can say, can I talk to so and so person? So that's the difference, right? Would has another usage. As I go ahead, I'll talk about that. Okay. Next, must. And okay, let me compare this to understand better. Should is another modal verb. Must is another one. And have to. Guys, pay attention. You should you should do it. Okay. You must do it. Okay. And you have to. See, I am only talking about the difference. When do I use this? When do I use this? When do I use this? Now, okay, pay attention, guys. Whenever you are talking about a duty which you are supposed to do, or general rule, or I would say advice. You want to give an advice to someone, or I would say general duty. What do I mean by general duty? You should follow traffic rules. It's your duty, or in a rule which you are supposed to follow. Okay. Then I say you should. You should come on time to classes. That is what the rule is made, and that's what you're supposed to follow. So should, your duty, or it's a kind of advice. You should work hard. I'm advising you. You may do it or not, but I'm advising you. You should come on time. You should do this one. Fine. That is the usage of should. And must. See, must is, it is compulsion, compulsion from the speaker. Suppose if I say this to someone, you must come on time. It means I am enforcing this. This is not an advice. I am forcing you to do something. It's a kind of dominating voice from my side. Father says, you must come home by 8. Okay. You're like, your father is, showing his power. So must is used to show compulsion from the speaker. There is one more usage with, must. That's called as assumption. Now, what do I mean by assumption? My belief. Suppose I see a person walking into the classroom completely drenched from top to bottom, you know. So I say, oh, it must be raining outside. It is my belief. I assume, you know, uh, you must have worked very hard because you got a very good rank. It's my belief. So must, you know, as I said, it talks like it shows as a domination or sometimes assumption. Okay. Then what about have to? Have to. Sorry, it's gone somewhere. Okay, guys, have to. It's even that is compulsion, but compulsion from not speaker, compulsion by the circumstances. Now let me give an example to understand better. Now see, you should work hard. It's my advice. Take it or not. It's up to you. You must work hard. If you don't do that, you're going to get the punishment. Okay, that's what I mean. I'm forcing you. You have to do it. When I say you have to do it, I'm not advising, I'm not forcing, but situation. Then I add you have to work hard. Why? Competition is forcing you. The competition is like that, right? So I call it as uh, compulsion from external force. External force. Okay, this is the way. Fine. Should, must, have to. Okay, and could, would, can, shall, may, and let me talk about might. Of course, this is again, past form of may. This is used in indirect speeches. Okay, and, this has, guys, also like probability. You need to understand the difference between these two sentences. See here, uh, he may come tomorrow and he might come tomorrow. Both are correct. Okay, but there is a slight difference in the meaning. He may come tomorrow. Chances are bright. Possibility is more. He might come tomorrow. So chances are there, but not as bright as may come. So fewer chances. So that's a way I can use may and might for future. Okay. Next one. Look at this. Is ought to. Ought to OUGHT. Okay. Ought to, I would say something similar to should, duties here. Whenever there is a, you ought to behave, something. And in modern English, we don't frequently use this one. We generally use should. And another one is this, used to. Used to. When I say this one, I used to play cricket. I used to play cricket. It means this, I call it as past habit, not present habit. If it is a present habit, I say I play cricket. When I say I used to play cricket, it means no more. It was my past habit. Okay. Now see the other usage and see the difference grammatically. I am used to playing cricket. Look at this. I used to play cricket, past habit. I am used to play cricket. I am talking about present comfortness. I am very comfortable doing this one. Look at the grammatical part. I straight after this subject, I straight away have used to. Then I have V1 form. But here I have a B form. Whenever I have a B form between subject and used to, then I have to use this verb plus ing form. Okay, so you remember this one. Now tell me what's the problem with the given sentence. Examiners might ask, something like this. I'll give you something. Mm, He is used to come to my place. He is used to come to my place. Now he gives a sentence and say, is there any error in this? Then immediately you need to understand at least used to. Left side, if I have any B form, this should be V1 plus ing form. That's the correction. Okay. Now, this is one thing. Now I'll give one more, guys. Check it out. I'll give two sentences. You tell me which one is correct. Okay. Second one is, you had better complete your work. Please tell me which one is correct. You can message me. You better complete your work. You had better complete your work. Which sentence is acceptable in English? Is someone trying to give the answer? Very good, guys. But guys, okay. Before coming to the answer, I want you to tell you something. Please pay attention. Yes, we have different types of English, right? You might have heard American English, British English, Australian English, Canadian English, okay, Indian English. When I say Indian English, it's a derogatory term. Okay, people are not respecting that. Okay, but I would also say we also have spoken English and written English, or other academic English and usage part. Okay, especially in spoken form, there are so many things which are implied or which are not actually spoken or heard. Now, see here. Another thing, I'll come back to this. Whole Ramayana is to give the answer for this so that you will never forget this. Okay. See here, is English has a rhythm. In fact, any language you take has its own rhythm. There is a beat and all. And the English rhythm is like this. We say that up and down, up and down. Whenever a native speaker speaks this language, it goes like this, up and down. Rhythm, up and down, like this, like this, like this, like this. So what happens? These guys, without their knowledge, that's natural for them. What they do is they try and fit this in this sentence form. Now, it is very natural. We are learning it. Okay, natural for them. So to get that rhythm, guys, you please understand these guys don't stress on helping verbs. They don't stress on helping verbs. Okay, they don't stress on modal verbs. Okay, and they don't stress on prepositions. Okay, they don't stress on prepositions, and generally they stress on nouns. They stress in the sense they highlight that they like powerfully spoken. Others are called weak forms, nouns and adjectives, other stuff. Okay, now I'll give an example to understand what do I mean by this. Okay, look at this. I will go. If I ask an Indian speaker to speak this, because we read whatever we see, we say, I will go. But a native speaker very casually, English native speaker says, I'll go. He won't say, I will, I'll go. In fact, they mix all the three sounds. Sentence, while writing, they have gaps, but they try and, link them, right? So they don't stress this. See, I'll go, not even, I'll go. Okay. Now look at this one. How do we read? I was here. If it is an Indian speaker, he reads like this. He says, I was here. But these guys, who native speakers, they say, look at this. Zero, zero, I zero. Not even, when I say it sounds odd, right? Because, we are all used to, I was, zero, when it's spoken form. Okay. And look at this one. I am going to do it. Okay. I want to do it. Okay, see here. In English, spoken form, whenever we have this kind of combination, I am going to. Okay. They don't say going. In spoken, nobody says going to. They say gonna. Gonna. So this becomes I'm gonna do it or I'm gonna. Mm, mm, gonna. I'm gonna do it. I wanna. I wanna. Instead of this, they'll mix up. Okay. I wanna. I wanna do it. Got the point, guys? Pronunciation is one part. Okay. But here, these guys, especially when they speak sentences, they mix up. Wanna, gonna. Okay. Is there. Fine. Now, why I'm giving all this stuff is, guys, had better. Had better is actually the modal verb, right? But in spoken, nobody uses HAD. Okay. And they say better. Look at this. Even they say better, not even better. They say, look, tell me, guys, how do you pronounce this? Not water, it is t, generally sounds like the water, not water. Okay, water. What about this? I'm talking about, pronunciation, but better, not better, the better, water, better. You better have water. Okay. So my point is, yes, first one is only spoken. Okay, second one is on paper. See, interesting point is, if you say you had better complete your work, grammatically correct, but people find you very bookish here. He's very bookish. Okay, this is what I say. But generally in exam, these guys will give the sentence like this: you had better complete your work. and he says you better complete, you had complete, blah blah blah, and no correction. But most of the times, people go for this one. But please understand, second one is absolutely correct. So this is one usage. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to do now, I will give you some exercise as usual, where you have to see the context and fill these modal verbs. Right? Wait a minute. Just a minute. Okay, I got it. Guys, I got some questions, and this is the way you're going to be tested in exam. Okay, so see the context, and as usual, you guys have to choose the right model. Why didn't you help him? You dash have done it. Why didn't you help him? You dash have done it. Okay, Pat came the answer. You said C. Okay, yes. Guys, you could have done it. It means there was a chance. You did not do it. Okay, I mean you could have done it. It means you did not do it. I'm only talking about that my intention of the past. Very good. Next, A. I'll talk about more in conditional sentences. A. Dash, I phone you tonight. Yes, you. Mhm. Yeah. See, check. What's the right choice here? A and B are talking. Dash, I phone you tonight? Question. And B says, yes, you. What are the options? Should I say, may I phone you? Could I phone you? Shouldn't, have to? Which one? Yes, answer. Which one fits here? I cannot go for must I phone you? No. Or could I phone you? Or maybe I can say that, but other things should also match. You said A, you are right. May I phone you tonight? Yes, you may. So this is used here as a request. Very good. But as I said, it can also be used for probability, but here it is not that idea. Then, but I dash stay in England for 6 months and not for a fortnight as I had planned. Yeah. Guys, have to past form can be had to. So here he's talking about compulsion, compulsion in the past, right? So what's your answer? But I dash stay in England for 6 months and not for a fortnight as I had planned. What is the answer? What is your answer? Be quick so we can cover more. Okay, answer is had to. But I had to stay in England for 6 months. Fine. Next. I dash draw a circle with a pencil only, and you, neither can I. See, this is a clue. Neither can I. Neither can I. What's your answer? Guys, this is a negative one. So I can't. Yeah, I got the answer from your side. Okay, you said A. Yes, very good. I can't draw a circle with a pencil only. And you? Neither can I. Yes. It's not going. Okay, see the fifth one. Last week, I dash go to town on business trip as the Ministry of Education had asked me to come. Last week, had to go, might go, should go, could, was able to go. Compulsion in the past, had to. Here, actually, I want to give you one more point, guys. Please pay attention. After these modal verbs, definitely you have to use one main verb, and that verb is always V1. What I'm trying to say is, see here, I can. Okay, I can. Okay, let me give verb also. I can go. Now, please change this into past. I could go. See, I don't change this. I don't change this. Okay, very good. After these modal verbs, always use V1 form. Suppose if I say, I go, I go. If I ask you to change this into past, you say, I went. That is correct. But if I ask you to change, I will come. Change this into past, I would come. I would come. I would come. So I repeat, after these modal verbs, you have to use V1, right? But after this, if you have, then obviously V3 form. Now look at this. I would have done it. Now I would do it. I would have done it. I can do it. I could have done it. Okay. So please pay attention to this. Okay. This. Okay. Fine. Next. If one person is careless with a library book, then it dash be read by others. I think it's simple. If one person is careless with a library book, then it dash be read by others. What is the right? Yeah, got answer from your side. Check it out, guys. If one person is careless with a library book, what happens? What happened? People uh, can read or can't read. They can read. It can be read by others. If one person careless, can't read, it can't be read. Please understand. Can't is the answer here. After a book is written, it passes through the heads of very many different workers. Each worker works carefully for there dash not be any mistakes. For there, you have to give me the answer. Must or could not or could or might or has to. There dash not be any mistakes. Can I get answer from your side? Must not. Must not. And he tried, but dash persuade nobody. He tried, but dash persuade nobody. See, this is a clue. He tried, but could or could not, can, might, won't. So past, so this or this, but because of this but, couldn't. He tried, but couldn't persuade nobody. Oh, sorry. Nobody. Another thing, guys, you need to understand. Look at this. Nobody has done it. Nobody has done it. Negativity. Now I can change, okay, into this in another way. Look at this. What I'm trying to say is somebody can't do it. See, not or no, it's a negativity. If you have a negative one, either you have at this verb level or it's a subject level. Either use no here or not here, but not, you know, suppose if I say nobody has not done it is wrong. Negativity should happen either verb level or this level. So I did not pay attention to nobody. That's the reason I said this. But already negativity is there. So he tried, but could persuade nobody. But could persuade nobody is equal to couldn't. So answer is A. People who know a foreign language dash learn a second one easily. Hmm. If at all any confusion, the confusion. Yeah, I got answer from your side. May or can. People who know foreign language may learn, chances are there, fine, or can also, I would say, okay, may is better, fine. Dash, I have a word with you, please. Well, it's simple. Dash, I have a word with you. May I have a word with you? Yes. May I have a word with you? Is that what you said? Fine. Okay, now I will give you some 4, 5. Guys, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. Check 1 minute time. Okay. Let me check. You give me an answer. Okay. She said they dash go to cinema if they liked. Okay. Guys, 12th one. She said, look at this. She said, this is in the past. Okay. She said they dash to cinema if they liked. Could is the answer here because must, they must go. No, you may use may here, but said is here. Anyway, I'll talk more about this in the next one. So answer is could, not may. What is your sister doing? She dash be watching TV. You guys gave me what? 13th one. What is her answer? She can be? No, 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 no. What is she could be? She could be. Okay, we have a problem with could and when. Could usage. Chances. Could. Even for this good. 14th one. I didn't want to go there, but had to. Compulsion. I didn't want to go there, but I was forced. I had to. Okay. Next one. Dash, I go there now. No. See the choices. Dash, I go there now. Guys, here I want to tell you one more point. What do you say? Suppose if I say, must I go there? Must I go there? If you want to give negative answer for that, you have to use need not. You need not go there. Need I go there? You need to go there. But please pay attention. Must opposite sentence is need not. Let me give you one more. I think you need some more practice. Don't be in a hurry. 16th, 17th, and 18th. 16th, 17th, and 18th. Where is he? Give me answer, guys. Where is he? He dash be walking in the park. Where is he? He dash be walking in the park. My assumption, my belief, he must be walking in the park. Yes. Next, visitors dash stay in the hospital after 10 p.m. Visitors, okay, need not stay in the hospital after 10 p.m. Need not. 18. We had an appointment yesterday afternoon, but he dash see me. We had an appointment yesterday afternoon, but he dash see me. He might not, he cannot, he have to, he must not, he wasn't able to. Can you give me the answer for this? Okay, here I will tell you one more point. Here. You have to give me answer for this. I'll give two sentences. In exam, you get like this. When I was young, I could swim for 2 hours. When I was young, I could swim for 2 hours. When I was young, I was able to swim for 2 hours. Guys, look at his two sentences and tell me which one is correct. Can anybody answer me? Very good. I got the answer. Let me check. You mean to say both or only second? You said two. You mean to say both are correct? Second statement. Okay. You said second statement. But understand, guys, both these statements are correct. Both these statements are correct with a slight difference in the meaning. Yeah, somebody has given it. Both are correct. Very good. Both are correct, but you need to understand the difference, guys. Whenever I use this one, past ability, it means I did not get a chance to swim, but I have that opinion that if I had this opportunity, I could have swum, but I did not get it. So when I was young, I could swim. Past ability which did not happen. But whereas this one, when I was young, I was able to swim means I actually performed. Past performance, we say. Past performance. When he actually performed it. Yeah, you need to understand this. Okay, good. Mm, yeah, fine. That's what. Where is and which one we are doing? Ah, we had an appointment yesterday afternoon, but he wasn't able to see me, which, I was talking about the actual performance here. Okay. So this is the way we practice. I'll send you this, guys. You have to practice with answers. So this is one area you're going to be tested. Fine. Then I will move to the next topic. Okay. Now look at this. Another important and very confusing factor for Indian students, guys, is this. I will give you one sentence first. You try and give me the answer, then I talk about it. Before he came, before he came, the class complete. Please give me your answer. Before he came, the class dash complete. I'm asking you to supply the right verb here. You immediately go to timeline. Maybe till you get used to this, maybe you can use it on pen and paper. Always, whenever I ask you to find out the verb. So before he came, the class. So where do you think I need to put this complete? No, not complete. Came, because this is a time indicator. So came comes here. So complete comes here. So give me your answer. Yes, give me your answer. Mhm. I'm not getting answer from your side. Okay, I'll give you options now. Has completed. Had completed. Had been completed. What is your answer? At least now you choose one, two, three. Okay, okay, okay. Guys, that's what I'm saying. No, no, no. Look at this. You said this one. No. This is past. This is V2 here. V2 here. And V2 here. And this completed is before he came. Before came only completed. Completed. Okay. So I got one more answer. You said second one had completed, right? Yeah, that's what I was expecting from you. Till now, whatever I have done, if you say had completed, I accept your answer, but it is not the answer. Because guys, to give the verb form, you need to consider one more angle too. Answer is had been completed. What is this? Voice. Voice. What is this voice? Active voice, passive voice. I'll come back to this. First, understand this point. I introduce voice, you know, active voice and passive voice. Look at the wording active and passive. Passive means a person who doesn't, act. Active, a person who acts. That is the meaning, obviously, right? Now, what I'm trying to say, look at this one. He eats apples. Understand the action here eats. Who is doing this action? Who does this action? Obviously, here, subject. Okay. And you need to also think logically, can this fellow perform this action? Yeah, he can eat. Okay, no problem. This subject can perform it. But if I say this sentence, apples eat. Now, eat is the action. Who is the actor? Apples. Then apples eat. Yes, the whole logic is gone. Idiotic senses. Apples eat what? Apples cannot eat. Somebody eats apples, but not apples eat someone, right? So this is a problem. This subject cannot perform the action. Okay. Now, see here. The point is here. I need to change this verb into passive. Now, how do I change this into passive? Or eaten. Some subjects can do the actions. Some subjects receives the action. If subjects receives the action, I need to change the verb into passive form. Here it's not about, in exam, they won't straight away ask you change this into passive, change this into active. No, you will decide, depends on the context. Now, just let me give you traditional way first, then I'll give you competitive way. Okay, first look at this, guys. Passive form of the verb. Passive form of the verb is like this. Suppose if I give you V1 form, let me give like this. Active form and passive form. If active, I have V1 form. Passive, it becomes BE plus V3 form. Okay. If I have V2 form, passive is B form plus V3 form. Passive means B plus V3 form. If you remember yesterday, I was talking about this. Am, are, was, were, okay, has been, have been, and had been. Okay. After this, I can use V3 form when I want to make that a passive. All passive forms of verbs are B plus V3, B plus. Only thing changes is B form. Fine. Now see, I'll give you actions. EAT, V1 form. I'm changing this into passive. BE plus V3 form. What is V3 form of eat? Eaten. Be eaten. Okay. So this B depends on the tense. This B can be any of these B forms, depends on the tense. So here eat. Present form. Present form can be like this. Am, is, or. Again, depends on the subject I choose. Now, I'll give an example. You only focus on verb. How to change verb into passive. How to change verb, this given verb, passive form into active form. Okay, now look at this. He eats apples. I am asking you to change this into passive form. So passive form, obviously this Object goes into subject position. Apples. Okay. Now look at this one. Now apples plural. Now this is standard EATEN. Now apples plural and tense is present or eaten. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. You only focus on are eaten. Okay. Or depends. Only apple. Apple is eaten. Fine. Now look at this. So let me take one. Okay, let me go with eat. Same. I'm repeating. Am, is, are, eaten. V3 form. Next. Even if it is this, even this is present form. Same. Am, is, are, V3 form. First learn how to change, then I'll talk about this in detail later in the sentences. Next. If it is V2 form, let me put here V1 or V1 plus S form. Okay. Then V2. How do I change V2? ATE. ATE. Past form. Okay. Was, because B form changes. Was, were, EATEN. This won't change. He ate apples. Apples were eaten. Okay. Then this is present form. This is past form. Now let me give you future form. Okay. See guys, modal verb. Let me actually put this other way, whether it is future or modal verb plus V1, right? Modal verb plus V1. So whenever I have this, simply take that modal verb BE plus V3. Okay, something like this. Modal verb plus B form plus V3 form. Now what is will eat passive form? Will eat passive form is will be eaten. Will be eaten. Okay. What about can eat? It becomes can be eaten. Can be eaten. Can be eaten. Eaten. Okay. Now what about would eat? Would eat. Would be eaten. So that's the way I change. Okay. Instead of saying, future. V1, V1 plus S. This V2. Same, but the only thing I change is B forms are changed. So if it is the modal verb, this one. Fine. This is one stuff. Next, look at this one. Active, passive. Under active, if it is am eating, this is constant. Which one? Main verb is always V3 in passive. So see what I'm doing. Coming from last, eaten. Whenever I have ing form here in active, that ing form I turn into this one. And this is present. So present means again am, is, are. Okay. Am, is, are being eaten. Depends on the subject I choose. So being eaten. It could be, again, am, anything here. Is, or. When subject changes, I'll also change this one. Now, if it is was eating, same. Ing form turns into being V3 form. Being, being eaten. That won't change. Only thing here is was or were. Was or were being eaten. Depends. Even if it is were, depends. What subject I have, I'll change. Okay. Now, what about future continuous? Will be eating. This is future, isn't it? Present continuous, past continuous, future continuous. Now, remember this, guys. The passive form for future continuous, no passive for future continuous. Remember, you cannot change, right? Now, remember this. Next one. Present perfect. How does it look? Has eaten. How do I change this into passive? Whenever I have HAS, HAVE, HAD, simply B form becomes HAS, BEN or HAVE, BEN. Have been, has been, plus V3, eaten. Same with have eaten. Same, has eaten or have eaten, depends. Okay. Now, what about had eaten? Had eaten. No confusion here. All had eaten turns into had been eaten. Had been eaten. Now, future perfect. Will have eaten. What is a passive form for this? Will have been eaten. Okay, fine. Let me give some practice. I just give you some verbs. You have to change them into passives. If it is in passive, change it to active. If it is active, vice versa. Okay, fine. Only verbs, not sentence. After that, we'll move to the sentences. Just verbs. Okay. Plate is working. Had done. Could have completed. You have to change these verbs into passives or otherwise. Played is working, had done, could have done. Went. Was singing. Or watching. Writes. have made, new, was told, has been given, make, let's take 1 minute time and change the voice of these verbs. Check your answers if you have done. Was, are, were, played. The passive form of played. The passive form of is working can be is or yeah, yeah. Let me check your answer there. Somebody has sent me answers. Fine. Or depends, it depends on, yeah, is being or are being. Depends on the subject. Yes, you're right. Next, what about had done? Yes, had been done. You're right. Had been done. Had been done. Now, could have completed. Could have completed. What about passive form of that? Could have completed. What is the passive form of that? Could have been completed. Okay. What about went? Passive form of went. Was or were gone. Yes. Not V3 form, not V2 form. Was or were gone. V3 form. Next. Was singing. Was singing. Was or were B-I-N-G. What is V3 form of singing? Sung. Okay. Are watching. Is are B-I-N-G. Being watched. Okay. Rights. What is passive form of rights? Is are written. Okay. Have made. Have made. Has been or have been made. What about new? Was, were. Practice, guys. You know how quickly you can do it. It comes with practice. And am speaking is, can be am, is, are, B-I-N-G, being spoken. Now, look at this. Was told. It's in a passive form. I'm asking you to give the active form of this. What is active form of was told? Was told. Okay. What about yes? What about has been given? Has been given. Has or have given. Okay. And what about would make? Is an active or passive? Would make. Would be made. Okay. What about can tell? Can be told. What we have done is like, very academic. How to change this into that. But examiners, guys, you need to understand one thing. Your school level and academic level grammar testing is different from competitive part. In a competitive exams, examiners want to see your usage knowledge. You know, they understand, okay, you know how to change active voice into passive voice, but I'm not interested in changing your ability of changing. I am only interested, do you know when to use active, when to use passive? Yes, sir, I know. Then, okay, I'll give you one sentence. I don't talk about any grammatical terms. Straight away, I'll throw sentences at your face. You have to make out all the difference. Whereas, academic parts and all, they will give you the following sentences. Please change active into passive, or give me the present tense, or give me this one. Here, they don't use any grammatical terminology. Straight away they use this one, but you have to transform that into grammatical pattern, then you correct it. And there is a systematic way, right? So whenever I'll go to the same previous example. Before he came, okay, the class, I know the tense before came, so obviously had plus v3, but here class, no, class cannot perform that, somebody should do it. So this is a passive form. Had become completed. That is correction. If you say had completed, your tense is right, but your voice is wrong. Suppose if you say have completed, your tense is wrong, your voice is wrong. So guys, verb, when you are checking for verb, you will check for tense, time. That's what I'm going to say. And voice. Okay. These two you will check. Right. Now, do I have a time? Yeah, I think I have 5 minutes time. Let me tell you the usage here. Guys, understand in English. I want to emphasize, let us say, one particular word. Emphasis means giving importance. If I want to give importance to any particular word, that is placed in the beginning of the sentence. That's what I mean to say. It is emphasized. Check this one. He went down. Who is highlighted here? Whatever the first word written in the sentence. So he is highlighted here. Now, sometimes I may write sentence like this. Okay, instead of he, I'll put this. The king went down. Who is highlighted? The king. Now I want to highlight this. What is this I'm highlighting? Check it out. Down went the king. Here, adverb is highlighted. This is also accepted. Okay. But what is the difference? Emphasis. Emphasis is on this, emphasis on this. I tell you why I'm giving this one. And look at this. Beautiful are the ways of God. Is who is highlighted or which grammatical pattern when a word is highlighted, beautiful adjective is highlighted because I placed in the beginning of the sentence. Now this sentence I can also write like this. How? Sorry. The ways of God are beautiful. Here I highlighted the ways. Okay. Sometimes I highlight depends on this. Suppose if I say Raj Raj has taken my book. When I say this, who is highlighted here? Raj has taken my book. Raj has taken my. Obviously, I am highlighting this. Raj, not Ravi. You thought Ravi? No, Raj has taken my book. I am trying to emphasize this. Now, I can also emphasize my book. Now, here, little grammatical part. If I want, subject and object, if I want to highlight object, it means receiver of the action, my verb changes. My book has been taken. Here, guys, I am not actually interested in who has taken my book. Okay, that's the reason I am not giving importance by Raj. Implied. So, expect to see. My book has been taken. Guys, the only usage of passive is when you want to highlight the object, verb changes into passive form. Depends on the context we use. Okay, so based on this, a little bit of a practice I'll give you tomorrow, and I'll tell you how these are tested in your exams and how will be tested. That we'll see tomorrow. Okay, chalo, I'll stop guys here. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow in sense, maybe next working day.